Feud weekend. So let's take a look and see what all we got. We just finished doing our loot for Showdown. Nothing good. Got a fuse for Jacqueline. We'll take it. A couple shards for Kelly. Nothing over the hill. Alright, so let's take a quick dive in. I actually have enough hype loot. Let's make sure that's right. To collect today. And maybe do a pull tomorrow? We need 30. No, it looks like today's going to be it. So, we are going to go ahead and do that first. And I like to just see what's in the game before I look at anything on Portal. Anything like that, because we're going to skip all that. Get that. Plenty of purple nurple. I've got to start spending some because I am over budget on Powerhouse. So let's get all these. We'll do our loot, and I'm not going to click each one of them. There's no point for. There's nothing that pisses me more off than hype. The fact that I can't bring who I want up unless I'm just using wild on everything aggravates me a little. I liked it in the past, even though it seemed like a little bit slower to bring certain people up to 6-star gold. The tokens gave me the choice to build who I wanted to, whether it was a mistake or not. Right? It was my mistake, but it was my choice. Okay. So we've got 3 days left on the timer, 2 days on this timer. That's fine. 6 days on that one. That is fine. Let's go ahead and do our loot. I know a lot of y'all do the tap out if y'all don't get to do loots often. I totally understand. There we go. Alright, so we got some yellow wild, we got some black, we got more red. 10 for Julia, that's good. La Primera, we already have her maxed. Of course, we got some for Mr. Blackman, even though we don't have him. 5 for Seth. 10 for Roman. That's good for Roman. Yeah. Give me a few minutes, bud. Some for Hip Hop Cena. That's good. That's usable. We're already maxed for Woods. Unfortunately, nobody that we're using for Feud this weekend. Okay. Let's just go ahead and look at the faction store. I like to get all my hype out of the way. Trash. God dang, this has been terrible lately. I've been getting very little to no wild card. I guess we'll get more Buzzard. I really don't care if he goes to Hype 4 or not. I don't use him. He's fine. Don't get me wrong. He's fine. It just goes into that fact of I want this guy Hype 4, but I'm not getting any love for him. I want... Where is he? Julius, wherever he is. I want Julius there, but he was in that wild hype, and now he's just been non-existent. But our focus this weekend is on our females. So let's go ahead and let me just look in here briefly. Because sometimes there's some hype offers that are interesting. Roxanne weekend. Didn't they just give Tori for free? I don't understand why anybody would pay any money. Holy crap. If you don't have Liv Morgan, $24 is worth every penny of it. $24 for one of the best, I guess, because they're like, well, you got Roxanne now. Yeah, this card right here, Liv Morgan, is stupid strong. 40 prize wall. You can buy it on the web offer for the exact same price. Some expensive prize boxes. It doesn't look like they're selling any hype offers. None that are like going to be interesting. Let's just go ahead and claim this since we're here. Okay. Alright. So let's build our feud lineup. We have requirements, I think. Let's see. We should be able to start to see the feud requirements. Alright, so yeah. Rainbow, win 8 times. Eras. Notice the eras. Okay? There's no PG era. There's no reason to bring anybody up. You got Attitude, Legend, New Gen, Hall of Fame. All of these are very doable. So we're going to look at those. Okay, a lot of points in there for that. $25 loot coins. Alright, so they're doing that again. 45 prize wall. Let's look at the prize wall real quick. And we're just doing a rundown of what I look at normally. The breakout of each week. Alright, Blackman Shards, huge. That's a lot. They complicated things whenever they started bringing in. Wow, he's 100 more than AJ Lee. That's pricey. So that's going to be, we're going to go ahead and call that. That is a spend level. Ultimate random, 200%. The Axe shards are a little pricey too. No, I guess they're on par with AJ. This is a shitty wall. There's really nothing on this wall that's appealing. Wow. That's 2 weekends in a row. This is shit. A lot of shards. Okay, so don't get me wrong. If you're... This is good price for mommy, and you could get it 5 times. That's good, okay? If you don't have mommy, start chasing that. I would use everything on that wall to start chasing her, even if you're further away. Some good shard offers for Coco. That's some really good shard offers for Coco and Haku. Do Woods is useless. I could probably recruit Kamala this weekend, and that may be what I end up doing. Indy, 500 for her. It's not a lot of shards for Indy. Some good shards for Yeet, even though not a lot, but very cheap price on those. Same for Bionic Redneck. All of these cards need something, but they're all good, right? They're all strong cards. There's no bad shards on this wall. Econ, whatever. That's for what's left. Okay. That's that. We're doing just fine on this. I think our goal is either going to take... Every time, I always pass up the random Rumble case. And it's because I've got 2 blacks, and I'm scared to get another black because I don't need another black. I think my goal is the Wyatt 6 versus American Made moment, but I'm not sure if I need it. I want Pig Boy to be one of my top showboats because he's the one-click option, but it doesn't do a whole lot for him. It does some. It's not nothing. It's some. All right, so we said we need to win with Legends, Hall of Fame, and Attitude Era and New Gen. Simple. Okay? What's going to be hard, though, is going to be your hype for each one of them, right? Your hype is going to be what's going to hold you back. So, Attitude Era. There we go. Hype's going to be question of whether you use her or Jacqueline. Jacqueline, I think mine's just hype 1. This trans music in the back, I don't know what it's called. God, my kids listen to some stuff, yeah. Alright. We got a fuse for Jacqueline. She's actually hype 2. We have plenty of hype to take her 3 if we wanted to. But I'm not ready to make that commitment yet because I like Liv better. And I think I'm going to like Roxanne better than Jacqueline. Nothing wrong with Jacqueline, but I have a hype 3 Trish, so I'm okay with that. Alright, so we need a new gen. Our options for that, there are 2 females that you could even consider for that, and that's going to be Liv and Liv's one of them. Who's the other one? Asuka. I've got hype 1 for Asuka. No hype for Liv. Bull Kana is your other one. If you have hype for her, sure. She's just not going to be great for you. I think we're going to be able to squeeze in a couple wins with this, and I might be willing, if I'm struggling to get her wins, I'm willing to go hype 2 with her, because it's required 20, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to just keep her in and just keep waiting. Alright, Hall of Fame, simple. And we're going to keep her at hype 3. She'll do enough for us. So now, we need to carry these 3 ladies. So let's build a roster that can carry them. Liv 5. That sucks. And then
this is broken enough.
Okay. Then we shall go. We just got some for Julia, so let's see how close we are to her. We need 100. We have 150 and then some in reserve. So she's good enough. She is, but I can keep getting wild hype for her. So we are going to make a lateral move and use somebody that we can't get hype for. And we're going to go with Liv. And we're going to go hype 4. Alright, so now we're starting to look at carrying our eras. We're going to leave it right about here. I'm not going to add that 8th person. Of course, once everything's said and done, this is what we're going to look like. We're going to go this. She's got a good amount of hype, so we're only needing 60. Let's do it. Perfect. Get a little screenshot of that for our brag page. Alright, so this is what our final product is going to look like. We're going to get rid of McCool. Our middle line is giving us 50% more to green gems. So we get a nice big buff for Liv, because we're using a make crown on Liv. We are going to go green, green, green. There we go. Hey, her gear's back. So that's Striker, Trickster, Tech, bottom row. We got Showboat, Powerhouse. We're going to replace Asuka. Striker again, because I've got an affiliation for that. And I think we've got an affiliation for Tech. So we can technically run... We do. Okay. So we've got an affiliation for Tech, so we could run 2 Techs. That's fine. Whew. Do we want to run an 8th? When in Rome, right? Acro? I don't really like her. She's my weakest of my females on this lineup. And she's still strong. She is. It's just... meh. I prefer her with a line bonus, so... One charge yellow, that doesn't help us with... anyone in our lineup. Yellow is kind of hard because we don't use that MP a whole lot. Ladies, I use a lot of blue, a lot of green, and then black or red, but not a whole lot of yellow to start them off. Yeah, we're gonna run something like this. I think that's a good lineup for once feud time comes. Let's go ahead and get our little snapshot, right? Okay, and then y'all saw we used Wild Hype. I am getting to replace it.
Is sharing them when we cut down the Christmas tree. We will pack the car with gifts, and of course we go.
Oh, we had apparently got a good hit for Woods.
And we get all the sides.
Do we have enough to do a loot tomorrow? I don't think we will. Alright. 5 here. So this is what I was getting at with my last hype video as far as emptying the tank. I spent a lot on Liv, but that's because hers are not available and she's extremely good. So I don't mind doing that and kind of putting myself a little bit behind. Normally I would only want to spend about 50 to 75, so about half. That way it's not as doesn't take as long to refill. So my next target, now that I've got, let me just show you what I'm looking at, hype level. Okay, so here's my ladies. I have a strong in each class, if you want to call it, as far as acro, striker, technician, showboat, trickster, powerhouse. We have a really strong in each one of those classes. So now we're going to be shifting over and trying to get some eras. As you see, we've got a Hall of Fame McCool. And see, with female, they do it so rare that I'm okay with running 3s as far as my eras go. I feel like I can get more and have to use less wild to get these to 4. And I'm okay with Trish being my Attitude Era over Jacqueline. Jacqueline's better, but Trish is serviceable. So with her being serviceable, that's fine. So next goal is going to be for Hall of Fame McCool. And then Trish. And then outside of that, we need 15. We're going to go ahead and... She's going to be our legend. I'm going to wait and I'm going to see. If I can get easy wins with this Rhea, then I'm not concerned about it. And what do I mean by easy wins with her? So if you haven't played her this way, you don't need Santa anymore if you have Carmelo. You don't necessarily need to hype up. Now, you only want to go up against, hype 3s if you're going to be doing this. But you could do something like this. You need a heavy strap. You need the moment. That'll hit hard enough against hype 3s, not hype 4s. You have to keep in mind she doesn't recycle. So with this being said, I'm okay with going to get some hype 3s with this and going for a turn 2. So there's my ladies. That's the plan. That was a brief look at the prize wall too. Y'all see it in front of you. It's those shards are actually not bad. Plate wise, you only have the what is that? The Rumble. The Rumble's good. The Rumble's kind of expensive, but it's also cheaper or the same price as Axe shards. But less than Blackman. I don't know where the spin level is going to be. I'm going to say 200. I don't know. That Roxanne strap's there. It might be 200. Yeah, I'm going to take a wild guess that that's where that's going to be. So that is probably going to be at a spin level, the Enigma. Really good plate, though. There's a couple good spots for it. So, but like I said earlier, this row right here, if you're missing any one of these, get as many as you possibly can. This is the best bang for your buck right there. Not this row. Cena's very good, okay? Cena is very good. Kofi has a wonderful tag link that I use and abuse. I don't like using him as a player or a fighter, whatever. Cena's wonderful, but it's one of those that if you're missing any 3 of these right here, that's decent shards at very cheap cost. So I'm thinking you'll probably be able to get 3 of at least Mommy and 3 of Coco. maybe just 2 of Haku. But, and look, let's be honest. They all need things, right? Mommy needs that Enigma. Coco needs his plate. Haku needs his plate. They all hit between 150 and 175 million, depending on what you have. So, just food for thought. We're going to go ahead and call that a video. We looked at, the purpose of this was to show you how I look at a weekend in a glance, how I make some even last minute decisions with hype. These ladies that I just brought up, as far as Alexa, I have AJ. She's hyped too. There she is. I could have easily started going after AJ. The thing is, they've been having some decent amount of hype in there for her. So there's no reason for me to do that when they're giving decent amount of her hype in loot. I didn't get any this time, but so far this month I've gotten, what's that, 45 of it. So it's being that she's a little bit available. I'm going after my strongest and my fastest, and that's Alexa. AJ is right alongside her as far as strength, but not speed. So Alexa is my feud, go-to for feud. So she got the push. She was already in the plan last feud, and I said I was going to wait one more go because I didn't come across too many hype for females. It was the same with this this Bliss. Bliss and Bliss. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was calling her. But Bliss and Bliss. Both of them are extremely strong. They were already in my plan. With her, she's not going to be available till spring. She's one of them that I don't mind bringing up early and not waiting for spring because chances are they're going to have a gear or something like that in spring, and I don't want to be buying hype for her then because it's going to be for sale. I could guarantee you that. Versus just get, but it's going to be the same with Jacob. I really enjoy Jacob. He's only 2, so I've got further to go with him. But he's a beast. He does what Julius Creed does without multiplies. Where you're just able to destroy with some traps. Just fantastic, extremely stupid strong card. And yeah. Broken by you still health with traps. Just beyond strong. So I don't mind using some wild hype on them because we're not getting any. And the whole, you got to wait for zombie events. No, Scopely, go fuck yourself. We're using the wild on them, whereas these that I'm able to get naturally, I'm okay with waiting. Live. Love this Liv. I haven't been getting much. I've used a lot of wild on her. And we could take her up to 4, but I don't need it. She's got the reversal. I can scale up my hit with her. So it's one of those that I just won't attack females on the evolution moment during feud. I'll save that for my other hype 4 females. My Tech Charlotte, Bliss even. Bliss could take out Mommy very easily. So that's what my weekend's going to be looking like as far as my lineup. That's what my decisions were this week with hype. And we went ahead and used some because we had some overflow. And in one of them, but the other one I just wanted to do. So our red, let's see where we're back at with red. Oop, not that. We're back to 56. So while that takes a little while, I tend to get more red than anything. Red and blue, for whatever reason. No love for showboats. Usually it's like 2. So, there it is. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a good feud heading into it, and hopefully we have a non-broken event. That would be nice. Let's have a non-broken event.